Nithyananda. My name is Manitya Sadashiva Priyananda. I'm 21 years old and I'm a brahmacharini of the Nithyananda Sangha. I'm quite a recent brahmachari of the Sangha. I only joined about 6 months ago. Out of my own inspiration and my own journey, I decided this was the life for me. So this is a continuation video of a series where I'm looking at insight with senior swamis of the order who have had far more experience and far more lessons learned, who can tell a lot to the new people considering sannyas, and also the people who are just joined, just initiates into the sampradaya, and what sannyas is, what are the best moments, what are the real lessons that they've learned. So with me today is Manitya Bhaktikananda Swami, one of the most senior swamis in the Sangha actually. And she can tell a lot too. What were the kinds of social pressures that she experienced in marriage, relationships, love, and anything around that area? What kinds of ideas that were kind of pertaining to relationships that were put on us in society, and how she overcame that, and also what kinds of things, lessons, and that she learned along the way. So,
yeah. Well, yes, I remember asking my mother, why should I get married? So I had a sister who was already in marriage, and my mom used to say, well, you at least need a companion, in your life, at least in old age. So I used to wonder, so what if I got married and he passed away early on in life? So definitely that was not the right answer. And I very firmly believe that you don't need a companion, a single companion just for yourself in that sense. The whole world is your companion. And you came alone and you have to go alone. Not in a negative sense, in a very positive sense. And incidentally, in your journey, you're going to have so many beautiful companions as part of this world. So she could never answer that question, and there was always she should always get weary when I started that subject, because she knew she had nothing solid to say.
Right.
She was saying something very social, which I was straight away denying.
Right.
So, but although I knew that these were the answers I was getting, and they are not right. This was before I met Swamiji. At that time, I did not have a strong alternate path to take where I had a guide or a system, or where there was a system which I could follow, or something like an organization or whatever.
Guru.
Guru. At that time, the word guru had not yet taken shape in my head. But what I was missing was essentially that. Okay, so so when Swamiji came along, the most natural and the most instantaneous thing that happened in my cognition was straight away the topic of marriage went out of my system, and I knew I had arrived, and I knew I was going to take a path that was not the marriage path. So today, unfortunately. But I would say one thing, had Swamiji not happened in my life, where I instantly recognized him as a living avatar, incarnation of God, I don't think I would have taken this decision, because I know in this path, you need someone who can be the ultimate guru, not just a normal spiritual head of an organization, of a spiritual organization. That is not enough, because you're investing your life towards the real purpose of birth itself. So if that is what is sannyas,
yes,
where it is a shortest cut to realizing the purpose of your life, whatever it may be, and it will automatically steer you to the real purpose of your life, which is the same for everybody, which is realizing your full potential, which is enlightenment. So had Swamiji not been there, I might have gone in the conventional way, got married, had kids, probably been an NRI or whatever. So I was really fortunate that even after having finished my college, and I had a few years during which anything could have happened, but I think the invisible hand of existence, because Swamiji had not appeared physical form at that time, but the existence was, holding me invisibly to take me safely into the living incarnation's hands, so that I take this shortcut path of sannyas.
Yeah, can you tell us about, since it's been so long since you've taken sannyas, I know that going back into society, perhaps the purvashram or pre-monastic family, friends, people who you see, and that, can you see the difference between the decision that you made and the decisions, that they probably didn't make even. They just unconsciously went into that married life.
Yes, definitely. Actually, a couple of years ago, I was in Chennai, my pre-monastic home, and I had a chance to meet all my pre-monastic cousins. There was a big family get-together. And I was watching, and many things went across my mind. The first was, I'm from that genetic stock, okay, so to say, before I took sannyas. And I would have ideally behaved, reacted, responded like how they were responding to life. It was then that it hit me how much I have travelled after I took on sannyas. It was that was when I would say I could actually, it actually hit me how much has happened to me. Because the stark difference, I would have been them, but now what I am. Their response to life, where they are, how they're even perceiving their life. I would say that they're just perceiving life as, okay, it has happened, it is literally choiceless, so let us just go with the flow. Okay? Whereas sannyas is, you are not going along choicelessly, resigned to it, but you are still going with the flow like a river, where it is supposed to naturally meet the sea, which is the actual purpose of your life. It can be drawn as a parallel to the actual purpose of your life. And you're going so joyfully, not choicelessly, but in the right path. So really they're going choicelessly, and whereas in the path of sannyas, I am going consciously in the right path. So that is a huge difference that I saw. In every small nitty-gritty in their response to life, I could see the difference. Where they feel, okay, here is what is life, there is no other option, so let us make do with what we have. And sorry to say, but I felt it was almost like they feel, let us pretend to be happy with what we have, because there is no other option.
Yeah, and it shows the need of society for some different option, that actually we're in a point where sannyas is not just, another decision. It's actually something that's probably very good for the world, very good for life in general all over. Especially how Swamiji is making this lifestyle, making this order. So one last question that I have is, before we conclude the video, having been a senior sannyasi, what are some tips, or what is like the biggest lesson that you can say to someone who is taking on sannyas, who wants to take on sannyas, or someone like me who is taken on just for 6 months? Anything you can say?
Okay. Before I answer that question, I want to make a statement, which is sannyas with a living incarnation and the guidance of a living incarnation versus sannyas without that kind of guidance. Okay, so we are most fortunate to have taken sannyas under a living incarnation. So I'm going to talk about sannyas under a living incarnation because that's what I know. Okay, and I definitely would not have adorned sannyas if it had not been under a living incarnation. So having said that, I would say the decision to take sannyas is the most intelligent decision in your life. So congratulations to you for that. And having taken that, give a very deep listening to what it is offering you in terms of the Master's words, the living incarnation of Swamiji's words, because that is what you call Guru Vak, right? The words of the Guru for you. So when you've decided to take sannyas, give a very deep listening to it and try to align to it every minute, because on the one side you've decided sannyas, on the other side, if you're going to waste any sort of time in any non-alignment to the words, then there is a conflict between the decision you took and what you're actually doing. So the more you align to his instructions, the more you are fulfilling your sannyas every moment. So that is the shortest cut within the shortcut that you have taken. So I can answer this question in very many different ways for better understanding, but this is the essence which I would like to say.
Follow Guru Vak.
Yes.
Which evidently it's something that Swamiji will say from the very beginning. But
Yes.
like for us, it might take like a few like lessons learned to know this is actually what works and what we are actually blessed to have, because so
Yes.
many people out there don't know at all what they're going into sannyas, and it is the best blessing and probably the fastest way to ultimate liberation upon living and also upon death.
Definitely. And sannyas is beyond any religion. It is actually a lifestyle. It is the best and the best quality life you can live, having taken human birth.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I can say that one thing that Swamiji himself does in being a sannyasi, or being an incarnation, is himself set the standard so high that this sannyas sampradaya, the Nithyananda sampradaya, as Swamiji says, is the most quality sannyasis in the world, and it's also the most fastest growing sampradaya in the world. So definitely there are so many benefits to your life. If you are one of those kinds of people that is questioning, why should I get married? What, like Bhaktika Swami said, if you are already feeling inside of you that you are not completely convinced by the idea of marriage. And I know that while media and while education, while our parents are giving us all sorts of pressures, there's always this line inside of us that understands, that knows that this is not the truth. If you are that kind of person, if you want to come to terms with it and completely decide to accept the life without hypocrisy and completely, saying life to, saying yes to life and its complete bare truth, then I definitely invite you to explore further into Swamiji, the Nithyananda Sampradaya, Sannyas Sampradaya, and if you have any questions, you can comment down below for either me or Bhaktika Swami, and both of us will answer your questions in written form, and or also we can make a response video to your questions. So thank you very much. Nithyananda.